Hello there you guys, welcome to another of my live videos. And today I'm just going to be officially updating you on some more current latest news. Now I've got a few things now to update you with today. Right now, this is regarding Antoine Griezmann now from Atletico Madrid, because we know he's been Manchester United's main prize target. He's also been on Jose Mourinho's agenda, and he did say the other week in the press that Jose Mourinho is identifying 4 left-footed key players, and in this was Danny Rose, Gareth Bale, because he's still looking to address that left-hand side, Mourinho, Griezmann, and Mesut Ozil as well. So basically, wanted to address the left hand side more. I wanted to get more left footed players into the team as well. It did say, Mourinho's had discussions with Ed Woodward, and has had discussions with Ed Woodward, and it's got about plans for the January window. And I think Ed Woodward is giving Jose Mourinho around £80 million to spend as well. But reportedly, I think it's 289 million. But Jose Mourinho's got quite a few players on his radar, because the board have said basically we have to sell basically before we can buy in the process. But basically Griezmann has been mentioned, and reportedly the Spanish press have actually come out and suggested that reportedly Griezmann has informed Man United, and he's basically reportedly told Man United, this is from the Spanish press, that he does want to join Barcelona in the summer. And Antoine Griezmann has made this clear. He's told Man United reportedly. He's reportedly told Man United now as Griezmann he wants to join Barcelona this summer, because it did come out in the Spanish press the other week that reportedly he had agreed a deal in principle to actually join Barcelona. Antoine Griezmann, because obviously he has been on Barcelona's radar as well. It hasn't been their main priority target. Barcelona have got quite a few alternatives as we all know, but we know Coutinho is their main priority target as well as Barcelona. But Griezmann, who's under contract until 2022 with Atletico Madrid. Griezmann did admit, a couple of weeks ago, the Manchester United move is still a possibility. Man United have approached his representatives, as we all know, in the current process. And Griezmann, he did estimate 6 out of 10 he was going to come to Old Trafford, but due to the transfer ban, Manchester United never got a deal over the line. We have got number 7 vacant. From a commercial point of view, wouldn't want to keep it vacant. But looks like now, according to the press, the Spanish press have reportedly, Griezmann has said he would prefer to join Barcelona in the summer rather than Manchester United. He did say, he did regret the decision that he did not join United. And he reportedly also did say to Barcelona he asked Barcelona to trigger his 86, 87 million release clause as well. But very, very strong, very, very good at leading the lines is Antoine Griezmann. As well, very, very good for France. She's making his senior debut in 2014, got France to the quarterfinals. Also the best voted, the best player of the tournament in Euro 2016 as well. Raised up the ranks with Real Sociedad, won the league with them, scored 52 goals in just over 200 appearances, and he's got a lot of experience of being in Spain as Antoine Griezmann. But it is a bit of a shame, because it would be good. To come and see him experience the Premier League. Antoine Griezmann. As well, but reportedly he says he does want to make the move to Barcelona. Reportedly he has told Manchester United this as well. But Griezmann, who also has a fantastic friendship with Paul Pogba as well, which would be beneficial for us. And there's still areas where Manchester United need to address as we all know. But there's still areas Man United need to address in that team. But we know basically Barcelona's main priority target is Philippe Coutinho as well. And, reportedly, as said in the press, that Barcelona, could actually will to offload 5 players, reportedly, to fund the deal for Philippe Coutinho. Because I think, Barcelona and Liverpool have been negotiations, since August still. Barcelona had 3 bids rejected, for Coutinho in the August window as well. This is his 5th season now with Liverpool. Is Philippe Coutinho's as well in the current process. And also to say that Barcelona and Liverpool have been in negotiations. I think Liverpool, and I think Coutinho's representatives have made it clear that Liverpool value the player around 127 million. Barcelona may not be, prepared up. Barcelona may not be prepared to pay up to 127 million pound for the player as well. they may not be prepared to pay up to 127 million for Coutinho, but Coutinho said I think he's unsure about his Liverpool future. Is Philippe Coutinho, as I think he has made this clear, but he can play attacking mid, he can play left hand side. You know, Barcelona, as we all know, are seeing him as a long term replacement for Iniesta as well. And don't forget, he's still under contract with Liverpool until 2022, as well as Philippe Coutinho, ex-Inter Milan player, experience being in Italy, also experience of being in Spain in the past, you know, with Espanyol as well. Hasn't been his best this season, you know, due to a couple of injuries he's had this season, as well as Philippe Coutinho. But as I said, Liverpool should have cashed in for him back in August. You know, they would have generated quite a bit of money and got some of the targets, you know, they Kinley missed out on. But Liverpool could be set to lose another one or two players. Emre Can could be on, as well as mentioned to you the other day as well. But Coutinho wins silverware with Barcelona and elevates at high level, and with Liverpool, and especially with Jurgen Klopp there, he's not going to be winning out as Coutinho, a player of that quality and class, you know, who wants to win a silverware as well. But it has confirmed they have still been in negotiations as well. But we know the Liverpool owners and the Liverpool board were not willing to accept any bids for Coutinho. This is why he never made the move to Barcelona, and he also has a fantastic friendship with Neymar. Obviously plays for PSG. Does Coutinho as well? What else did it say? Now he has a fantastic friendship with Neymar. It did say PSG had been interested in the player as well, but I think, you know, Barca are going to go for him in the January window, and it did say, you know, they could will to actually, you know, offload 5 players to try and get a deal over the line as well in the current process. Coutinho is a very, very good player indeed, as we all know. Sorry guys, I am a bit tired. I am a bit tired, so I think Liverpool, you know, want around £127 million for Philippe Coutinho as well, and also it suggested out basically that Messi would prefer to see Coutinho at Barcelona rather than Mesut Ozil as well, because also reportedly, you know, Barcelona have been interested in him. That's another Barcelona's alternative in case, you know, they fail with pursuit of Philippe Coutinho. Mesut Ozil is a player that's coming to an end of his deal with Arsenal. It did actually confirm the other day in the press that reportedly there has been more contract talks, and reportedly it was going in the right direction, and it actually said in the press that Arsenal were close to wrapping up a deal for Mesut Ozil, because his agent Ozil's had confirmed quite a while back, you know, the contract talks going in the right direction after they had stalled for quite a while, you know. The contract talks, you know, with Mesut Ozil at Arsenal, reportedly he's been demanding a high wage increase of over £300,000 Mesut Ozil as well. But as I said, you know, it would come out in the press of reports just stemming from Spain that Ozil had reportedly agreed a contract with Barcelona. It said he had agreed to join Barcelona, and Ozil's agent had been in discussions with Barcelona as well. And it also basically said, you know, Werner did confirm that Ozil and Sanchez, you know, and that will not be sold in the January window as well. He did admit this, did Wenger. He did add that this Arsene Wenger, you know, there will not be sold in the January window. But Mesut Ozil, you know, reportedly did say, you know, he's keen on staying in the Premier League. As we all know, he basically said this, and basically he's been demanding a higher wage increase as Mesut Ozil as well, don't forget, as we all know. But we know his agent had confirmed quite a while back that the contract talks were going in the right direction. And, you know, Manchester United have been interested. It did actually say Arsenal give him permission the other week to let him go for £20-30 million in the January window as well, Mesut Ozil. But since he's come to the Premier League, you know, he's got a record of assists, good at creating chances as well. Very, very good indeed. And Jose Mourinho's keen on reuniting with the player. You know, they were fantastic together at Real Madrid, both, you know, Jose Mourinho and Mesut Ozil, you know, had 3 fantastic years together. Also experience of being in, you know, Germany, you know, with Schalke and Werder Bremen as well. Mesut Ozil and Arsenal paid £42 million for the player from Real Madrid back in 2013 as well. Definitely made over 100 appearances now in the Premier League, you know. for Arsenal, as the player. But did confirm the other week in the press it was coming. It was suggesting basically around social media basically that he was close to signing a new deal, and it confirmed that Ozil's representatives had been in discussions with Arsenal Football Club over this as well. But potentially, Jose Mourinho says he's a very, very good number 10, and I think he dramatically improved Manchester United, but he's also been on Barcelona's radar as well as an alternative for Philip Coutinho, as well as we clearly all know as well. But definitely we'll see what happens about that. But it's also just basically reported in the press as well about another potential Manchester United target, because we are still looking to strengthen that midfield, because we need to sell before we can buy. There's still players' contracts. We still got players in our squad that are coming to the end of the deals, and what's being mentioned is as I mentioned to you quite a few times, is Milkovic Savic from Lazio. Reportedly, it did say, Lazio, if they are willing to sell him, they don't want to sell him, but if they are willing to sell him, they are willing to sell him for around £8 million. It did say, just said in the press basically, that Man United are preparing to put £95 million in for Milkovic Savic from Lazio, because he can play as defensive mid. He can also play as an attacking mid as well. Can Milkovic Savic as well. And also, Man United have been keeping a close eye on the player. Man United have been monitoring an interest in the player as well, because we reportedly watched him, for Lazio, during his game with Sam Pandora the other week. With Man United have been monitoring an interesting player. Lazio paid just over £3 million for him from Gent back in 2015 as well, but he does look a very, very decent player. And obviously, Jose Mourinho is still in search, to get some reinforcements in the midfield. Someone in that midfield who will complement the likes of Pogba and Nemanja Matic in that mid as well. And this is what Jose Mourinho, and I think Jose Mourinho has actually, identified him as a suitable replacement for Marian Fellaini as well. And yeah, so basically another potential Manchester United target, and Arsenal target, and Liverpool target, and Bayern Munich target, and that is Leon Goretzka from Schalke, because he's been mentioned for the last week as well. He's another player that's coming to an end of his deal with Schalke. Is Leon Goretzka, and he's basically said he's going to make he's going to make his decision on his Schalke future in January. Is Leon Goretzka. Yes, said he's going to make his future on his decision in January. The director of Schalke, I think, does want Leon Goretzka to stay, but he comes to an end of his deal in 2028. And I think Schalke have actually tried to offer him a new deal. Reportedly, Leon Goretzka's turned this down, and he's, I think, only 22, 23, so he is a good young age upcoming prospect, is Leon Goretzka. He's just recently suffered an injury. I think he's just suffered a leg problem or something like that as Leon Goretzka, and this could be now unlikely that he will be sold in January due to this injury. But it actually did come out in the press the other day that reportedly Arsenal were closing on the deal on a free transfer for Leon Goretzka, and Arsenal probably identify him as a suitable replacement for Ozil. Whether Ozil, leaves in January, whether Ozil, leaves on a free transfer in the summer, if he doesn't sign a new contract, which doesn't look likely as well. But Leon Goretzka, is a Schalke player. This is his 5th season now with Schalke. He's made over 100 century appearances for Schalke. Schalke paid, just £3 million for him from Bochum, as I said. Joint top scorer in the Confederations Cup. Reason up the ranks with Schalke, as we all know. And he's an ex-Bochum player as well, where he made his professional debut in 2012 as well. But Leon Goretzka is very, very good. His physical attributes are good. He's creative. Plays a defensive mid. Can play on each flank as well. Can Leon Goretzka. But potentially, he's been one of our targets as well as Leon Goretzka. And potentially, as I said, basically Jose Mourinho for Manchester United has spent 300 million, 3 transferring. He's got a 3-year contract in his 2nd year of his contract, as we all know, and he's still basically looking to address that left-hand side. As I said, he's still in search for a few left-backs. He's definitely in search for a creative winner, as well as Jose Mourinho, and potentially we could still see a few players go, at the left-back position as well. Sweet, there, someone just text me. Well, there, guys, just got a message. Sorry, I was just texting. I'll get a message back in a minute. So yes, as I was saying, Joseph is still looking to the left-hand side. It was reported in the press yesterday, that potential left back position now. Sandro's been on Manchester United's radar recently now. So too as Danny Rose as well, as a potential replacement for Luke Shaw as well. Because reportedly, it did say in the press yesterday that Luke Shaw, due to that, he's frustrated with lack of game time, he's getting to Man United. Due to that, Mourinho has promised him more. Chances now in the team due to his fantastic performance, in the Champions League Tuesday night as well. I think he's looking like he's going to give Luke Shaw the opportunity. But reportedly, Man United are basically, I think, still in the search, to try and find a buyer for Luke Shaw. He did say the price tag is around £20 million. I think Tottenham are still keen on Luke Shaw. Southampton have been keen on reportedly getting him back, but I think Southampton, basically have to offload Ryan Bertrand. Before if Luke Shaw to make the return. We made his England senior debut in 2014. We purchased him for £29 million from Southampton back in 2014 as well. And he has found it difficult since coming to Manchester United. He's played 32 times in the Premier League. I think he's played 50-odd games in all competitions for Manchester United. And for a young player like that, he wants to play first team football week in, week out. And there has been talks of Danny Rose and Luke Shaw as a potential swap deal, as we all know. It said Man United willing to offer $5 million plus of a Luke Shaw, so we can get the suit with Danny Rose. Danny Rose is a very, very good player. I think he'd be an identical, a good replace for Luke Shaw. So would Alex Sandro as well from Juventus, a player who's also confirmed, he doesn't want to be there. But saying about Luke Shaw, he's still 4th, 5th choice left back now. Mourinho gave him criticism last season. Also, too, as well, there's not only Luke Shaw who's falling down the pecking order, that left back position as well. Blind hasn't played much in the Premier League this season. Darmian hasn't played much in the Premier League this season. There has been speculation about Matteo Darmian as well due to lack of game time. He's been getting the Premier League. But Blind, to be fair, has been playing in the Champions League. Well, the majority of the European competitions games this season. Wait there. Just need to do a text. So yeah, basically we will see what happens. But yeah, saying about Luke Shaw, being talked about Luke Shaw and Danny Rose, a swap deal. Danny Rose did criticise Tottenham's fair lack of investment back in August. He also clearly wasn't satisfied with the wages he was receiving. He was receiving about £65,000 worth of wages. Well, he still is at Tottenham, but there's teams out there that can double his wages, such as Manchester United. He's been at Tottenham for a decade. He's under contract with Tottenham until 2021 still. He began his career with Leeds. He did actually confirm he has no issue with Pochettino. I think he has had a fallout, with Pochettino, with Danny Rose, because he was injured for about 9 or 10 months, was Danny Rose as well. I think Tottenham demanded that, he was available for around £45 million, back in January. Mourinho were prepared to pay £50 million for Danny Rose, and he's a favourite to replace Luke Shaw. But now Alexandro's come on the agenda, he could be one of Jose Mourinho's main priority targets in January over Danny Rose to strengthen that left back position, because it may be hard for Manchester United to do business with Danny Lever as well. But potentially, as I said about Alex Sandro, Juventus player, reportedly Man United are now interested in the player. It's also been one of Chelsea's main priority targets as well, Alexandro, because Alexandro has admitted he's not satisfied with Juventus. He's unhappy with Juventus. Reportedly, they've tried to offer him a new deal. He's turned it down. I think Chelsea were planning, to double his wages back in August. And also, they were willing to pay a club record fee for Alexandro. I think Chelsea were preparing to pay up to £60 million, and that is a club record fee, for Alexandro. But Alexandro basically has confirmed he's not happy, with Juventus. As I said, this is his 3rd season now with Juventus. Chelsea have got Marco Alonso, who's been obviously, playing on the left-hand side. I think, Chelsea weren't willing to pay the £80 million that Juventus were demanding back in August. This is why a deal probably never materialised. But I think Juventus do rate him around £50 million, as I said. So they may offload him in the January window. But Man United have now showed an interest in the player, because obviously Juventus may have been reluctant and resistant to offload him, due to that obviously they've lost quite a few key players, over the years, as we all know, and he's a very, very good player. He's Alexandro, and also in his first 2 seasons, Juventus won the domestic double in his first 2 seasons, as I've just said. But good, strong tackler, defensive distribution good. His tackling instinct's very, very good. Puts a good defensive play out. His attacking's very, very good. He's a strong tackler. His contribution to his game's fantastic. His effort, his work rate, good on the ball as well. And he'd be fantastic as a replacement as well at the left back position would Alex Sandro. But reportedly Jose Mourinho has stepped his interest up in Sandro as well. But there has been talks about potentially Matteo Darmian leaving Manchester United as well. As it said, reports stemmed from Italy the other week in the press saying about saying that Napoli and Sevilla and I think Inter Milan have been interested in Darmian, made his international debut in 2014. He won the FA Cup, in his first season with us as well. Did Matteo Darmian as well. And this is I think this is his third season now in Manchester United, because we purchased him in 2015 from Torino for just over £12 million as well. Matteo Darmian. Darmian began his career with Inter Milan at the age of 17. Went on loan, then went to Parma, and then had 4 fantastic years with Torino. But I think Darmian's agent has confirmed, he's received no offers yet to leave Man United, but hasn't played that much in the Premier League this season as well. And you've got the same with Daley Blind at that left back position. He can play as a defensive mid, can play as a left back and a centre back, and Matt Daley Blind, and we do have the option to put another 12 months on his current contract, which will take him under contract with Man U till 2019. Daley Blind, but in the current process, Man United have not yet had contract talks. As to best of my knowledge, of securing him a new deal at Old Trafford. There has been talks that he fears he could leave in the summer as well, Daley Blind. Because he is a very, very still essential player. Because as I said, we've had different players playing at the left back position. Daley Blind's versatility is good though. Darmian's versatility is good because Darmian can play on each flank on the full back position, and Blind can play as defensive mid, centre back, and a full back. But Daley Blind's lack of game time this season in the Premier League, I think he's only featured a couple of times, and Daley Blind nearly made a century appearance down in the Premier League with Man United. Daley Blind made his international debut in 2013. He was a member of the Netherlands team who finished third in the 2014 FIFA World Cup as well. Daley Blind's an ex-Ajax player. We won 4 Eredivisie titles as well. And he became a regular in their team. Did very, very well with them. When we purchased him for nearly £14 million in 2014 as well. But he has done, when he does get them winning games, he is good. But I think that left back does need addressing, because we could still see a few go. Luke Shaw, lack of game time. Daley Blind's lack of game time this season. Darmian's lack of game time this season. But as I said about Blind, we do have the option to put a further 1-year extension on his current contract till 2019. We've got the same in the midfield as well. We've got Herrera. We have the option to put a further 12 months on his current contract till 2019 as well. Same with Ashley Young at the left back, who's without a doubt been our best player at that left hand side position. We have the option to put a further 12 months on his current contract. And Ashley Young deserves it, because he was nailed on, at the time, that he wasn't going to get, a regular start under Mourinho. He was just going to be used as a squad player, and, Ashley Young was keen on signing the 12. He was keen on the additional 12-month add-on, his current contract, and he was going to accept reality. He wasn't going to be selected often enough, but he has been selected often enough now under Mourinho, and he's been absolutely fantastic this season for Man United. But I'm going to give Luke Shaw the benefit of the doubt. On Tuesday, he was absolutely phenomenal for Manchester United, and you cannot take that away from Luke Shaw. You cannot take that away from him as well. But saying about Sandro, yes, Manchester United have also, we know we've stepped our interest up in Alex Sandro as well. Also potentially Gareth Bale has been mentioned as well. Reportedly, Pochettino, the Spurs manager, hasn't refused, as it says in the press, hasn't refused to rule out hasn't refused to rule out Gareth Bale of potentially making a move back to Tottenham. There has still been talks about Gareth Bale, could return to the Premier League, could make a move back to Tottenham. We've heard the rumour mill that he could come to Manchester United. Could Gareth Bale? We did actually confirm the other week in the press that the Manchester United board had made a decision regarding Gareth Bale, that we're no longer interested in the player, because I think, Real Madrid want around £100 million for him, Florentino Perez is looking to generate the same amount of funds they pay for him from Tottenham. Gareth Bale, and he has confirmed Bale has been in contact with his ex-club Tottenham Hotspur as well, but I think Man United are only prepared to pay maybe 50, 60 million pound for Bale as well. And what would concern Mourinho if he was to come to Old Trafford? You know that he's known for injuries. He's got a record of injuries, as we all know. But when he's fully fit, he is good. You know, he can play. His physical attributes are good. He's got tremendous speed. His crossing's very, very good, as well as Gareth Bale's. His running's very, very good. But obviously, Real Madrid have got quite a few players on their agenda, and obviously, Real Madrid have got players aging up in their squad, as we all know, like Ronaldo, who obviously just recently won his 5th Ballon d'Or. Benzema aging up. Real Madrid, you know, they haven't been in the best form this season. Real Madrid have been pretty poor this season, so Real Madrid are still looking, you know, to get some youth into their squad as well. But Bale is the favoured, you know, to be sacrificed. If, you know, it does happen and they get another player in. But Bale, basically, you know, Mourinho does like the player. He's known for injuries, as we all know. He's also Premier League proven. We went for him during the David Moyes era, we never got him. I think we went for him back in 2016, was it? Never got him. So Man United could still make a third attempt to go for Bale as well. And he's recently been injured this season as well as Bale. So the Real Madrid board have been the pressure to get rid of him. He's won 10 honours, 3 Champions Leagues in 4 seasons with Real Madrid as Gareth Bale. He's also, considering his age, this is why Mourinho may not want to now at this moment pay up to £100 million for Bale as well. But Premier League proven result, the ranks fantastically well with Southampton, you know, had 6 fantastic years with Tottenham as well. Did Bale, and also very, very good for Wales as well. You know, Welsh Football of the Year, record 6 times. Top scorer for Wales, and was top scorer back in Euro 2016 for Wales as well. But when he's fully fit, you know, Bale's good. But there's injury-prone players out there, you know, would concern me. Luke Shaw's injury-prone at Manchester United because he hasn't been the same player, as we all know, since he broke his foot. But there's a big age difference between Luke Shaw and Gareth Bale, though. He isn't there, guys. So that's what I'm trying to say in the process. So basically, that's everything to update today, guys. I'm going to look at some more transfer rumours. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribing to the channel. God bless, guys. Take care, guys, and I'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye.